Hello, everybody, and welcome to the latest episode of Team Venom's X-Men podcast. I'm your host, Rory Bailey, joined by the favourite Connor Franks and Callister Valentine.
No nickname for me yet. We will come up with one.
Oh, well, I went to say, and definitely not Guy, meaning as in Guy Braithwaite, and then thought it might sound like it was an insult. so I thought I'd best steer away from that.
Fair play on that one. I'll let you away with that one.
Fair enough. So anyway, on this episode, we're going to be talking about the potential upcoming MCU offerings and basically who we'd cast in certain roles. So who wants to get the ball rolling?
I will go first, considering I've been thinking all morning.
Very good.
We talked about this briefly earlier, Rory, and I think for the role of Cyclops, especially if they go with a 90s-inspired X-Men, I'd have to say Henry Cavill.
No, fair enough. Like I said, he's got the chin.
Yeah, he does have the chin.
He's got the chin. He's got the look. I think, given the way he played Superman in Man of Steel and Justice League and all that kind of stuff, I think he could do a very good Cyclops. Not perfect, but a damn good shot and better than we've had so far in live action.
Yeah, fair enough.
I like that.
Yeah, that's a
he's shown he can. Yeah, he's shown he can adapt as well to lots of different roles that have big fan bases. Look at Witcher and Superman, prime examples.
And also Sherlock Holmes, which isn't something that I'm a fan of, but they still have big fan bases.
Do they?
Yeah, they keep churning those sorts of movies and films out, so there's got to be a fan base. Otherwise, what's the point?
Okay, true. Okay, I've got one.
Okay.
I've got. Okay, so I have two for the same person, but there's.
Is it Eddie Izzard as Mr. Sinister?
I have three.
Although I do like that.
No, so do I.
No, but I feel like I can get away with it because the X-Men I'm choosing is Beast.
Yeah.
However, one of them is Dark Beast.
Okay.
So it depends which way they went with it.
Yeah.
If we got normal Beast, I'd really like Joel Edgerton.
Oh, the guy from Suicide Squad and the crappy RoboCop remake.
Possibly. I know he was in Warrior.
Or is that Joel Kinnaman? No, that's Joel Kinnaman, sorry.
Joel Edgerton. Let me get him up. Let me say something.
I confused the two. Sorry, I confused my Joels.
Was he the brother of Taron Egerton?
You would think.
Because that's not a very common name.
It's not. No, his brother is called Nash. Which me either. I know him from the film Warrior with Tom Hardy. It was the MMA fight.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, so it was Tom Hardy and then Joel Edgerton played Tom Hardy's brother in it.
Yeah, I know the actor you're on about now.
Yes, so him. I just think when it comes to Beast, he's buff enough because I didn't really like. Was it Nicholas Hoult? Is that what his name was? Yeah. I didn't like him as Beast.
He was too gangly for Beast.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I feel like
I will defend he did make a good Hank McCoy though when he was the human version of it.
But he was still too gangly.
Character-wise,
Hank McCoy was like a big beefy fecker in the 60s, wasn't he? So
he played the character well, but he didn't look like the character.
Yeah, that's what I was on about.
Yeah,
it's like the fact that he was the one trying to cure his mutation. Like, what mutation? Oh yeah, I've just got really cool feet. Like, oh.
Got really cool.
But you're in the 60s when people don't take their socks off. So what's your actual problem?
Yeah. So yeah, I think Taron Egerton. No, that's the wrong person. Joel Edgerton will be good for that because he's the thing with Beast is another reason I didn't like Nicholas Hoult is because he's very tall.
Yeah.
Beast isn't that tall.
No.
Beast is just like stodgy.
So Wolverine, like short and stocky.
Yeah, exactly. So like Joel Edgerton, I think he's looks about 5'10". Maybe he could be 6'1", but in Hollywood even that's not tall.
Yeah.
So like that'd work. Or if they went for Dark Beast, bit out there, Jordan Peele.
I'll see. Yeah, that could work.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, when he's like beastified, it doesn't really matter what the actual actor looks like.
Yeah.
Plus, Dark Beast is an alternate universe version, so it doesn't necessarily have to look the same anyway.
No, exactly. But I think Jordan Peele, again, he's not that tall, but he's also got an okay frame on him.
Yeah.
Plus, I just think he's a genius when it comes to cinematography. So.
No, fair enough. Well, for my pick, I'm going to say Eddie Izzard as Mr. Sinister. That, to be fair, it started as a joke, but I think that would actually be brilliant.
No.
Come on, you know you can picture that.
You
know you can picture that.
That's not the point. You're not copping out.
But you know you can picture that.
I don't give a shit. We're not.
If we have Eddie Izzard as Mr. Sinister, throwing it out there, can I lobby to have Graham Norton as Morph?
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
One of the fan casting things that I saw a few years back, that I actually think would be pretty cool, is that Taron Egerton is Wolverine. He's got the right sort of build. He's got a big fucking jawline, which would work. It's just the thing that I think he'd be a good Wolverine. And Cal Dodd, when we spoke to him the other year, he was also on board with the idea of Taron Egerton being Wolverine. So I think he'd be a good one. I think he could be a good choice.
Okay.
Still no Hugh Jackman, but
starting from the next X-Men podcast, you're having the equivalent of a swear jar every time you say Cal Dodd's name.
Oh man. I have to promote all the stuff that we've done before.
But you're not. You're just saying his name.
I said when we spoke to him before on one of these episodes.
Which episode, Rory? Promote it. Which episode? What number?
It won't be on a number on there because it's YouTube, so you literally just search for Cal Dodd on our channel.
Yeah, but why would people search this channel when I'm only just come back?
Oh, because that's quite an amusing one because you were with us there, word to lad on the podcast.
Yeah, which filters into my
David
next.
Steve all had a big body on about yeah. Check this out. In fact, obviously we do like to go on tangents, so to Callie, just for the sake of history. When we were doing that interview and everything, Connor was supposed to be on it, but Andy and Stephen and Dave all basically was like, yeah, no, there's too many people involved for the interviews. Guests will get flummoxed, blah blah blah. So they said, so Dave and Andy were like, yeah, it should just be the three of us. I was like, why? And then they basically went on that much that we ended up agreeing with them in the chat. And then Andy went, oh, I think realistically, Dave, you shouldn't do it, and Stephen should do it instead because it's like giving him something nice. Do you remember that? And Dave was just like proper livid and couldn't say shit because he'd like gone for that. Yeah, 3 people. Yeah, fair enough. So completely backfired on him, but still annoying. And if you see some of the stuff we've done on the Power Rangers podcast, where we've had like Chris Kamen Lee and 6 of us interviewing him, and there's no actual issue with there being 6 of us.
Well, I mean, there's 6 people there. Do we really want to say that everyone interviewed him? I've watched him.
Interviewed him than others, shall we say that?
Yes, fair enough. What was in fact, there was one, weren't there, where we had Guy on it and he literally just went, I've got no questions. All right, fair enough.
I've got no questions, but I've got a fucking mailer.
And a mad on for everyone. But yeah. Right, we'll take a very quick break and then we'll come back for the next round of picks. So
the following advertisement is paid for by the friends of Team Venom. Guy's a dickhead.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to part 2. I hope you enjoyed that public service announcement, and that means it's now time for Callie's second pick, isn't it? So,
yeah.
What you got, Callie?
I was actually watching the show quite recently from iZombie, which you can find on Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah, boo. The comic book's better, apparently. I've not read it. Rose McIver, and I would like to see her as quite possibly Rogue.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
If you've watched iZombie, you kind of know.
I've not seen it. I like booing things other people enjoy. I don't know what it is.
But no, I think she'd make quite a good Rogue character in that, especially when it comes to dealing with her powers and her strength and the kind of dual personality with Carol Danvers and all that kind of thing. The way she plays the character in the show, where she eats someone's brain and she takes on a part of their personality and becomes a little bit like them for a little while. It's very much like Rogue when she takes people.
Like a Rogue audition, basically, you're saying.
Yeah, kind of. It could be that kind of thing, because Rogue does take on little bits of people's personalities when she absorbs their powers. So I think she'd be a good pick for it. I think she could do the character quite well.
Yeah, no, I can't disagree with that. So fair enough.
It sounds like the character she plays in iZombie is just Rogue without boundaries. So
it is.
Yeah.
That is essentially it.
yeah, sounds like it works.
Yeah.
Okay, Sabretooth. I've got one for him.
Oh, okay.
Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Because stature, he's a very hairy man.
Yeah.
I want this to be like the original X-Men film style Sabretooth, not like Origins.
Well, yeah, no, if you had like the over the top
Yeah.
naughty Sabretooth,
Yes.
then Momoa. Yeah.
And that way we can get him in the MCU where he's safe, away from the DC bit and Amber Heard.
Yeah. Stop it.
Yeah.
Just safe.
It's a shame that there's all that negativity about Amber Heard on account of the fact that she's obviously smoking hot, but also seeing her as Mira physically, she could actually make a decent Jean Grey, but I don't think Marvel would even go remotely near her.
Oh,
No. No one should go near her.
no.
Literally.
I'd like to go near her.
Yeah, but then like she'd abuse you, but then you're into it. It's
Exactly. See, it's
Well, I
win-win.
think-
Amber Heard, if you're watching this, hit me up.
literally.
Whatever you want. That's just derailed the episode. I'm sorry, guys.
We're into depth. I mean, deep.
Um,
Oh, we should do that.
oh, it's my pick, isn't it now? Yeah.
It is. So I was like, I want Amber Heard as my wife.
I was going to say that, man. That's me screwed now. I don't know what to go with. No. I know there's like a lot of the fantasy casting and stuff like that. That I wouldn't mind some of the old cast returning. I'm not going to suggest any of them as my pick, but I'm just saying in general, I wouldn't mind seeing like obviously Jackman should come back because he's great.
Yeah.
And I think Fassbender was great as Magneto, but I also think Fassbender, if they shaved him, could make a decent Xavier.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because all the halfway through Apocalypse, he's suddenly acting like an Xavier in terms of his performances, doing all of his Shakespearean stuff. Is this what you want from me, Jesus? And all that stuff. But
I mean, if you were going to talk Professor X, surely like Ralph Fiennes.
see, Ralph Fiennes was one of the people I was thinking of, or possibly Mark Strong stuff. But I think Mark Strong would probably be more of a Magneto type. But yeah. But no, I don't mind seeing Fassbender return.
Liam Neeson as Professor X.
Actually, yeah, that's better.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That
Yeah.
one's a bit.
Yeah, that would be awesome, to be fair. But
And
then
it
you'd be like,
It just does the whole taken speech in people's heads.
definitely. That would be awesome. In terms of actual casting, I've just derailed stuff again. I'm sorry. I'd like to see. Fucking my brain's gone. Skip me. Go to someone else. We'll come back later.
Yeah, I'm
Kelly.
just going. Rory's pick was Michelle Keegan as Psylocke. Moving on.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'd like that. But Olivia Munn coming back as Psylocke would be fine as well. They actually got the whole comic book look for her in Apocalypse, and then
Stop
didn't work
derailing.
together. Sorry.
I don't like being the voice of reason.
Okay.
Kelly, your choice.
My choice. Okay, this one is purely just for shits and giggles and comedy value, just because I think it'd be fucking funny to see it. Brock Lesnar as Blob. Just
Blob
Brock
Lesnar.
Lesnar in a massive fucking fat suit. Why not?
Or
He looks like he's got the intelligence of Blob. I mean, let's face it. No
Oh.
one reached the Blob.
same level, Guy.
They wouldn't have to go in a fat suit.
Exactly. And then we can bring Andy back. He's Beak.
Let me just turn my light on because I think somebody's throwing shade.
Yeah, fucking Dave waltzes in as Avalanche. When he hits the floor, there's fucking earthquakes.
Whoa!
I think you mean Dave waddles in.
Yes.
Balls.
Oh, this is the episode that if any of them actually watched would probably cause them to get back in contact with us. So fair play.
Bring it, you boring bastards. Okay. In the spirit of going back to normality.
Stephen the Sugar Man.
Yeah. Diabito. I've got one for Pyro.
Yeah.
Cameron Monaghan.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Because he's ginger.
It'd be a good Pyro or a good Banshee.
He would. Who's another like celebrity ginger that acts?
I don't think there is any. There's like
Domhnall Gleeson.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Or his brother.
Ed Sheeran.
Or his dad. Get his dad in as Juggernaut. Brendan Gleeson's Juggernaut would be amazing. That actually, you know what? I'd like to see that.
Scott Eastwood as Havoc. Just going to throw these out now. Shia LaBeouf as Wendigo.
Because we know he secretly eats men.
Yeah. Bill Hader as Hydra Bob.
I'm just I'll come across an actress I didn't think of before, but looking at it now, I'm like, possible. Kirsten Bell as Emma Frost.
I like Kirsten Bell, but I don't know.
Because she'd have to be very quiet and very demure, where she's meant to, where everything else she's been in, she's quite loud and comedic. So I'd like.
And she's also like about 3 foot shorter than Emma Frost would be on screen.
Yeah, but Hugh Jackman was 3 foot taller than Wolverine, so fuck off.
That's true, yeah.
Charlize Theron for Emma Frost.
Oh,
yes.
Actually, yeah, now you say that, I changed my pick, I agree.
Kirsten Bell for Rachel Summers would be actually pretty decent.
Oh, actually.
That would be good.
Yeah.
That would be good.
So, yeah, I could absolutely see that.
Millie Bobby Brown as Kitty Pryde.
Yes. Very good. I like that.
I don't need you to here. I could just list these off.
And if it's set in the 80s, you've got to put Finn Wolfhard in there as someone, because anything set in the 80s has to have Finn, or filled with 80s nostalgia needs Finn Wolfhard.
I think we just put Finn Wolfhard in it anyway.
Yeah, it's like in Ghostbusters, he's there. That's it.
Let's give him a cameo that's just like he's like a major X-Man, but major mutant, but isn't actually major in like this film. So just have him be like someone who's not even right. So we'll have him just be like Gladiator.
Yeah.
Or Spike.
All the kids from Stranger Things as the New Mutants.
Yeah.
That could work, actually. To be fair, that cast would actually work this time.
Oh, Timothy Chalamet as Nightcrawler.
Yeah. Who would you put as Colossus?
David Hasselhoff.
See, I like the Colossus that they used for the Deadpool movies. So
yeah, that was
if they did something like that again and just had CGI Colossus, I'd be fine with that.
I mean, if Deadpool's coming into the MCU, Colossus can.
Yeah, definitely. That one would be good. I'd agree with that one.
You know, one of the things that everyone hasn't considered yet. You know, we know Deadpool's coming to the MCU, and there's been no real explanation yet. We've got this thing where everyone's expecting the other two Spider-Men to be in No Way Home, and all the studios are constantly saying no, they're not, and the trailers are hinting that other people are going to come in because they have the whole thing of Strange freaking out at the end of it, saying, "Oh yeah, they're coming through." What if instead of the other two Spider-Men, we get like Hugh Jackman's Wolverine and fucking Deadpool just dropping down and going that way?
That'd be epic. That would be epic if that happened.
But I do think that's how they could bring. That is a feasible way they could bring Deadpool in. He's one of the things that accidentally gets pulled through during the Spider-Man thing.
Lou Ferrigno Hulk.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, no, Hulk, that'd be awesome.
That would be great. To be fair, I want to see him in the Multiverse of Madness. But who else could we throw in? I'm going to quick look at an X-Men book to see who reminds me of any actors. None of them.
Actually doing a serious one about Colossus, if they didn't do the MCU Colossus,
yeah,
for his human form, Dwayne Johnson.
Who's that for?
Colossus.
Nah, it's not big enough for a role.
No, the Rock would have to be like a headline star in whatever.
Yeah.
COVID.
Anybody got
Yeah.
a pick for Gambit?
I'd still like to see Channing Tatum play Gambit. I'd like that to actually happen.
Gaspar
The poor
Ulliel.
bastard signed on for that repeatedly and never happened and never was able to. So,
Yeah.
Gaspar Ulliel.
Who?
Wow. What's this?
no, I didn't hear you. Like that, so.
Gaspar Ulliel.
Okay.
I just think he's got the right attitude plus French.
Yeah.
I think
have we pretty much covered everything now? Oh, The Rock can make a good. One thing that they could do with Dwayne Johnson, he could be a bad guy. We could have him as Apocalypse.
Actually,
If they did it right and did it nothing like the Apocalypse film.
Yeah, where he just looked like a rip-off of Ivan Ooze.
Or go next level and just have The Rock as Namor. And he just turns up in every film and messes up everybody. So,
for a minute I thought you said Neymar, and I'm like, I don't know why.
for the footballer.
I was like the Brazilian left winger. I know he's in Fortnite, but I don't think he can. I don't think he's bridging. Yeah, I don't think he's bridging that gap.
No, I meant Namor the Submariner. Or Submariner, depending on who is pronouncing his name. So
well, I think that's it.
I think.
Do we have any? Do you people have anything to plug?
I have nothing to plug.
Oh, actually,
I am plugless.
Coming up this Sunday, the 12th of December, I do have a Transformers 35th anniversary podcast in the works, as it's 35 years to the day since the film hit UK shores. That will be over on my YouTube channel, Callie's Collectibles Reviews, presented by Calico Productions. Me at the moment.
And you've also got guests on that one as well, haven't you?
Yes, I have a guest.
You've got our Wiener cuz.
The Theo Adams, he'll be joining us, and a couple of other things. So, right, onwards and upwards.
I will plug this. This is the TV and Comics production of the Super graphic novel.
Oh, yeah.
There is 5 available of this. Unfortunately, I have this beautiful sign with a lovely message on the inside. You won't be that lucky. Just giving me one of your
I
cunts.
have it too.
But go and buy it.
I have it too.
So yes, go and buy it. I'll sign them. I've normally got them to hand, and I actually. Oh wait, no, I have. There's one. Yes, buy this. Okay, well, thank you both very much, and thank you everyone for watching. And yeah, we'll see you all next time. If there's anything that you think we should have put in the fantasy casting stuff, let us know in the comments.
We don't care. Fuck you, guy.